Finn? You okay?
So good!
Oh boy, here we go again.
So good!
Huh? What? What's going on? You were just about to tell the audience what you thought of the perfect pair.
The perfect pair! What a fitting title! Because it truly is perfect!
He's Finn the Pony and it's time for Finnbits. Hopefully. So, the perfect pair. An episode where AJ, Big Mac, and Apple Bloom want to learn about the origin of their parents and are sent all over town as various ponies who were there slowly piece the story together. Is this episode as perfect as the title suggests? Yes. Yeah, I'm not gonna delay it any longer. This episode is perfect. Fantastic, 10 out of 10, best of the series material right here. I mean, wow. We asked for an AJ's parents' origin story and we freaking got an AJ's parents' origin story. Am I disappointed that we never got it sooner? Hey, I would have been willing to wait another 3 seasons if I knew we were going to get something this awesome. It perfectly combines phenomenal storytelling with genuine emotion to create a perfectly paced, well-told, emotion-heavy, sugar-filled, adorable, unforgettable, tear-jerking, heartwarming, entertaining, beautifully animated piece of gold. And as much as I'd love to just gush about this episode, I'm sure you all want to know why it's so good. Well, buckle up, folks. This might take a while. Let's start with the story. On the surface, it's a simple Romeo and Juliet type love story where 2 families are constantly at each other's throats, but 2 star-crossed lovers from opposite sides fall for each other and try to make their relationship work while avoiding the watchful eyes of their parents. And it fits so snugly into the 22-minute runtime that it's honestly shocking. The pacing is so smooth and natural, with the story gently gliding from scene to scene without any quick cuts or lengthy filler. We get all the info and development we need without anything feeling under or overplayed, and it is so satisfying to see. In addition, the writers go with the unique angle of having the story come from multiple sources. We have a total of 4 storytellers in this episode. Some old, some new, and some unexpected. Each one adds their own unique perspective on the story, with some being friends of AJ's folks and some being from the family itself. With this concept, we not only learn the history of the Apple and Pear families, but also the backstories of our 4 storytellers. The origin of Mrs. Cake's cutie mark, how Mayor unified the bond between Applejack's parents, and things of that nature are all included here. While the focus is obviously on the Apple parents, these little snippets of backstory help add some character to the ones that tell us the tale. Speaking of AJ's parents, we're given a full rundown of their lifelong relationship, from the time they were children to the day they were married. And it's the sweetest, most romantic relationship I've ever seen in MLP, period. We see so much of these 2 just being with each other and enjoying every minute of it. Snuggling, rubbing noses, giving each other gifts, remembering the day they met, giving each other nicknames, running away in secret just to see each other, dancing on opposite sides of the street because they can't dance together. Just, oh my gosh, I can't stop smiling. These 2 are so cute. They love each other so much that they're willing to look their family feud straight in the face and then spit in it. Braid Mac even goes as far as to set up a wedding on his own in 1 day just so he can marry his sweetheart Pear Butter before she has to move away. I'm with Mrs. Cake on this one. That is the most romantic thing I've ever seen any pony do. I gotta take notes. But even if you put all the cuteness aside, the reason this relationship is the best I've seen is because it's given a lot of time. We see them together, we see their love slowly grow, we see the selfless acts they do for each other, we see the trials and tribulations they need to deal with. We see everything. It's the same reason I think Beauty and the Beast is one of the best Disney couples, because we have the privilege of seeing their relationship grow for a long period of time, and seeing the things they had to overcome to end up together. They have ups and downs and obstacles they need to face, and those things make it all the better when they finally do get their happily ever after. I could watch these 2 interact for hours and never grow bored, and that's a true testament to a well-written romance. And of course, the episode doesn't shy away from the fact that these are the Apple siblings' parents, and there are multiple little drops within the story that show where Apple Bloom, Applejack, and Big Mac got some of their signature traits from, like how Bright Mac was shown to be a very honest pony, just like Applejack, or how Pear Butter loved to help other ponies in need, just like Apple Bloom. While we never see the trio being born, these little tidbits do give us some nice little insight on how our favorite apples grew into the awesome characters we know today, and it's a very welcome touch. And the song. Oh my gosh, the song. You're in My Head Like a Catchy Song is such a beautiful addition to the MOP music library. The wonderful lyrics, the acoustic instrumental, the lovely singing from Pear Butter, the adorable montage of the two of them together, the fact that it was made as a gift for their anniversary, it all comes together to create one of the best musical sequences in the show. It may seem very simple at first glance. I mean, it's not on the grand scale of something like This Day Aria or anything, but honestly, I don't think it's meant to be. It's a song that clearly came from someone who's deeply in love with their partner and wanted to show it in a very special way. Nothing lavish or over-exuberant, just some ponies singing from the heart, and I think it pulls it off perfectly. As someone who's written songs for the people I love before, I can easily say that it feels really genuine, and I can't help but smile and sing along every time I hear it. What about characters? Well, aside from the obvious two that I've already gushed about enough already, we have the head of the Pear family known as Grandpear. Along with Granny, he was one of the main obstacles that kept our two lovers apart, as his issues with the apples were bone deep for the longest time. But after a while, he returned to Ponyville hoping to make amends with the family he had left behind. That's really commendable when you consider how many people hold grudges all the way to their graves. And I didn't even get to the best part, which is the fact that he's voiced by William Shatner. Yeah, this was the big Shatner role that the MLP staff were building up, and it was 100% worth it. I've honestly never heard him do an old man voice before, but the more I listened to him, the more I just wanted to hug him. Throughout his performance and the awesome dialogue, we can clearly see just how much of a toll this lifelong grudge has put on him. I can feel all the pain he suffered simply through his delivery and words, proving just how talented of an actor he can be. Overall, it was a fantastic performance, and now that Grandpear has moved to Ponyville, maybe we'll be seeing more of him later down the road. But hands down, the most interesting part of this episode is that they managed to tell this story without a single mention of death at all. It's very clear from the many implications throughout the series that Applejack's parents have passed away, but one would think that this episode would need to address this at one point. But they don't. They managed to tell a heartfelt, tear-jerking Romeo and Juliet-esque love story without any mention of the couple's passing. Considering this is a show meant for very young children, I can honestly understand why this was done. I mean, let's be honest. Bringing up topics like death in the family would be pretty out of left field for a show like MLP, but the fact that they were still able to pull out such an amazing story without the need to include grim subject matter is a huge accomplishment, and a true testament to the talent of these two writers. Honestly, considering their track record thus far, I expect a lot of great things from them. I guess if you really want me to nitpick, I would say it would have been nice if we got a little more personality from our two main lovers. Don't get me wrong, their relationship is fantastic, and we get hints of their personality from what they passed on to their kids, but for an episode where these two are the focus, I was really hoping that their individual characters would have been a little more fleshed out. I know they're no longer among the realm of the living, so we can't really see them develop over time like the main six, but there is one scene in the episode that does give me some hope.
Would it be okay if we stop by again sometime to hear more stories?
I'd like that very much.
Similar to how Steven Universe told multiple stories of Greg and Rose in order to flesh out Rose's character despite the fact that she's dead, maybe the MLP crew could do the same thing with the Apple parents. It's wishful thinking, sure, but it's certainly something to hope for. The Perfect Pair was one of the biggest gambles in MLP history, because if this was done poorly, there would have been more fan outrage than there was during Alicorn Twilight's introduction. But the staff not only made a beautiful MLP episode, but a beautiful piece of animation, period. Everything from the structure, to the music, to the characters, to the details, to the animation, to the continuity is so well done that it makes all the time we spend waiting for it completely worth it. It's a simple love story on the surface, but at its core, it's a heartwarming masterpiece with tons of effort thrown in. It's episodes like this that make me happy to be an MLP reviewer, because I get to share all the special emotions I feel with all of you. And to the people out there who have someone you love who's just out of your reach, myself included, just remember that love will find a way. It always finds a way. Well, I hope you all enjoyed my quick little playthrough of this episode, and feel free to tell me what you thought of this episode in the comments below. Do you feel as strongly about the Perfect Pair as I do? Are there any other backstories that you think are worthy of telling? Personally, I'm still waiting for some background on old Discord. We don't know much about the Draconiquus species, but if it's done as well as this episode, you can consider me hyped. Thanks for playing along with me. I'm Finn the Pony, and I hope to see you all next time on Finnbits. Hey guys, just wanted to give a major shout out to my now 8,000 subscribers. I have no clue how we got from 6K to 8K within a few months, but I want to extend a sincere thank you to everybody who clicked on that little red button. We've had some good times, some bad times, I've had my triumphs, I've made my mistakes, but even amongst all that, you guys still stuck around, and I really appreciate that. Hopefully I'll be able to keep evolving my craft and continue showing out content that keeps you guys tuning in. I've been able to make you guys smile and laugh for almost 4 years now, and within that time, my life has become better than it's ever been. So just always remember that I love you guys, and every comment and like you leave makes me just straight up smile whenever I see it. So to my old friends, new friends, possible friends who are just now watching this, welcome to the Finn family, and I hope you all stay a while and make yourselves comfy. Maybe I'll see you all at 10K if we manage to get that far, but for now, I'm Finn the Pony, and I hope to see you all real soon.
There's love above love and it's ours, 'cause I love you too much. Heaven knows